this music on. That's a lot. One person's in stream. Yo, an early stream? Yeah, I did a little earlier tonight. What's up, Ethan? Whoops. How are y'all tonight? I'm drinking this right now. How about that? It's pretty good. Ordering pizza tonight.
What do you want?
Ordering pizza tonight. He just asked me if he wanted to split the bill with me. I said yes. How are y'all tonight? I'm still reading Mar Jade by the Emperor's Hand. Still reading it. I haven't finished it yet. About halfway done with it. It's pretty good. I don't see. It's good, but like I don't like the way it's written. Like, I don't know. I don't like the thought bubbles. It's just too much for me. I don't know. I just don't like the thought bubbles. It's like I feel like it's a comic book, so it should be more visual. It's like a movie, you know? I don't know. So, what's your go-to pizza? Domino's. Pizza's pizza to me. Though Papa John's is pretty good too. But yeah, the thought bubbles, I mean, it's just too much for me. So it's cool that Isard's in it, but I don't know. I love the art though. In fact, there's a really cool piece in here. Of Coruscant, also known as Imperial Center by this point. I mean, just look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that. Little Caesars is good for the price. I think I've had it one time. I don't even remember what it tastes like, but remember I liked it. Domino's is great. Domino's is amazing. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. There's a lot of Shadows of the Empire references in this too, which is weird. That's not weird, but when does Mara Jade's story take place? It takes place like the first quarter, I would say, mostly during Return of the Jedi, and then the rest of the comic is after, straight after. So it starts out with a little bit before Return of the Jedi, like probably a few hours before Return of the Jedi, and then it more because remember um, she was on Tatooine during that whole thing. She was at Jabba's palace, so it kind of goes through that a little bit for a few pages, and then she goes on a mission during most of the movie, and then Endor happens, and then she gets that vision: "You will kill Luke Skywalker." Um, so, and then it takes place from there, basically after the Emperor's death, and but it has a lot of connections with the X-Men comics because Isard, like right when the Emperor dies, Isard is taken over, which is in line with what the X-Men series did, and that also makes sense because guess who also wrote this stack full? So this channel is bomb bad. I agree. Hello there. By the way, that pizza question, I was, hey, someone agrees. Domino's makes good crust about it. The rest of the pizza's okay. Papa John's knocks it out of the park. Papa John's, their Alfredo pizza is pretty good. But yeah, so I mean, if I were to give this comic a title, it's the Heir to the Empire prequel, kind of. So, or it's part of a prequel, kind of a prequel to Heir to the Empire. And for Marge, it's a prequel to Heir to the Empire, but it focuses on Marge. It's better than Heir to the Empire. Speaking of Shadow of the Empire, I'm ironically also reading that. I need to finish it. Probably read a little bit, hopefully a lot more of it tonight. I want to get it done within the next few days so I can move on to Bounty Hunter Wars. I don't have to read this for Bounty Hunter Wars, but I want to. Only because Shizor's in it, and Shizor's also in the Bounty Hunter Wars, so I'm sure there's going to be events from that book that is mentioned in Bounty Hunter Wars. And of course, I want to understand what's going on. And you guys know I have the paperback trilogy. If we can get it out. I have the whole trilogy, so on hand, so might as well read it. If I was stuck reading stuff, it's good. I'm just not the bigger reader, so it takes me a second to read it. Banner War much better. There are good things about it. I've also heard that it's kind of forgettable in the grand scheme of things. Covers are great though. I love the covers of these books. I think the back covers are actually better. Oddly enough. I love that there's the character in it named Kuat of Kuat. I mean, that's funny to me. Have you read the Han Solo trilogy by AC Crispin? I have not, but I want to. I have the trilogy. Just haven't read it. It's right here. Han Solo trilogy. Are you going to jump right into Clone Wars when you get those volumes? Probably. At least comic wise. Novels, no. Um, but my once like when I'm bored in school, I want to read comics. I guess I could read novels too, but I'd rather read comics while I'm in school. I can get much more done reading comics than novels because comics are a lot shorter, right? So probably. But I was gonna ask, should I? I mean, with Clone Wars Volume One, should I just start reading it when I get it, or would you recommend I read something else first? Because I know those Clone Wars volumes are just Republic, so it's the Republic comics. It's right in the middle of the series. So because I know the series spans from the early prequel, like Phantom Menace era, to okay, we're back on. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back, everyone. I am here now. If you can get your hands on it, there's that Quinlan Voss omnibus that Dark Horse put out. But if not, you could probably just shove it to Clone Wars. Does I'm wondering, did those volumes contain the Battle of Jabim? Because I know that's a very popular comic run. So I'm hoping those volumes have it. I don't. It's part of the Republic, so I don't see why not. And it's during the Clone Wars, so do those Clone Wars volumes contain every single Clone Wars comic or Clone Wars era comic that Republic did? That's what I'm wondering. The Republic comics originally was called, yeah, it was for a while. It was Dark Horse's Star Wars run because every single continuity has that now. Old EU had it twice. We had the original Marvel comics and then Dark Horse's run, and then the new canon has their Marvel Star Wars run. Well, yeah, I know that, but I mean, I guess Republic doesn't collect Legends TCW. I know that, but it contains all of the Clone Wars era comics that the Republic series had. So that's what I'm wondering. I mean, I would think so. That's into Filoni's. Don't really fit in it yet. Yeah, no, I'm not really interested in, or I'm not bothering collecting those at the moment because they are Filoni Clone Wars tie-ins. I'm really just focusing on multimedia project. That's what I want because that's the EU Clone Wars story. I mean, we could take all the Clone Wars TCW stuff and throw it out. Clone Wars volumes do cover every single Clone Wars comic that really. Okay, that's good to hear because that's why I want them. Because I know those Clone Wars, that's probably the best, Clone Wars stuff that the multimedia project did. was the Republic stuff. Epic Collections comics. I like Epic Collections. Yeah, but Epic Collections are good. I have the Dark Empire Epic Collection, but I'd rather have the original trades. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive if you add everything up. But I mean, I spent $10 on the first volume, so I think I'll be good. Because since they have been reprinted in Epic Collections now, there's not as big a demand for them anymore. So the original trade paperbacks and omnibuses even are a lot cheaper. But I prefer trade paperbacks with comics in general. So, like, I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and I have all the Walking Dead comics. I don't have all the trades, but I have the compendiums, which are really good too. But the trade paperbacks that they put out for The Walking Dead are just gorgeous. I mean, I can show you one right now. Here's one. I mean, it's just, look at that. It's gorgeous. I love the trades that Image put out for The Walking Dead. Like, these are probably the first comics I ever read. Was the Walking Dead series. They're great. I love the comics. I've heard the comics solely because they don't have the Legends label. Exactly. That's one of the big reasons why I like the trades. Plus, I think the trades, they have full, like, the covers. There's full cover art. And if I were to bring up like a omnibus, let's look at Tales of the Jedi omnibus. If I can spell the word right, it's not a full cover. Most of the cover is just Star Wars omnibus, Tales of the Jedi, or whatever. I prefer the trades. Here, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Okay. See what I'm talking about? How it's just half of it's art. I prefer the I can't see any trades here, but I prefer the trades because they have full art. See, there's the entire cover's art. Here's another example. So I know I was talking about the compendiums, yeah, separately. I think you mean volume. Yeah, these are the trade paperbacks. These are the trade paperbacks, but I have the compendiums for The Walking Dead too. Like, I can show you right now. Actually, I'm not going to show you because those things are heavy, and I don't feel like getting it out. But yes, I do have those separate compendiums. I know what you're talking about, but I prefer the trade paperbacks for The Walking Dead. I'm the same way with Star Wars. In fact, I'd honestly say that these Image trades are a lot better than what Dark Horse put out for Star Wars. And I do have a few single issues for The Walking Dead as well. Because I started reading the series late 2018, and the series ended in summer of 2019. So I was able to get some of the last few single issues that they put out. Trades are definitely the best option. For me, they are. Cost-wise, no. But financially, they're a lot more expensive, but I think it's a lot better quality, and I don't know, I just prefer it. I mean, I can show you. I mean, I just think the trades just look better on a shelf, too. I mean, come on. Doesn't it look good? Looks good to me. So, I prefer trades. Some of the stuff, like I've already read these two, if you can see them, Jango Fett Open Seasons and Leviathan. But I'm gonna read them again now that I have the trades. sometime soon I'll reread them. Especially Leviathan, because I read Open Seasons fairly recently. This I read like a year and a half ago, maybe. Back when I was reading the Bantam era. Actually, after I read Darksaber, I read Leviathan, because Leviathan's kind of a sequel to that. So I love Darksaber. Darksaber, shoot, here it is right here. I love this book. This book is awesome. So I don't know why people hated it, but I loved it. I don't know, I just love Anderson. You guys know I love big Kevin J. Anderson fan. Depends for me really. Most I try to get what's easy to choose. Yeah, I do sometimes go that route if I have to. Like especially like Crimson Empire 3. I mean I don't know how I'm gonna get those. I may have to get the single issues if I can find them. Because sometimes the single issues are just cheaper. If you buy them separate, if you buy the single issue separately, they're cheaper than because the trade right now. Shoot, I can show you right now. Am I still sharing my screen? It isn't. I don't. Oh, I can just. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. But I'm gonna look up Amazon.com. Crimson Empire 3 trade paper. We'll see what comes up. May not even come. Does somebody actually buy that? Because that's not coming up. That is embarrassing if somebody bought that. Yeah, let me put Star Wars in there. Star Wars. I guess somebody bought it. It's very interesting. If someone bought that. I also got Crimson Empire 3. Well, here's the single issue of the first issue. Yeah, it's all single issues. They're each like $10 to $15 each issue, but if you were to combine that all, it's a lot cheaper than over $3,000. Whoa, 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 whoa! You can actually buy the cover. Crimson Empire 3 Empire Lost cover. That's cool. Anyway. Trades are impossible for not. I don't think they are. I bought these recently. In fact, I just bought another one today. Now, if you're talking about like stores, yes, I'd agree. But if you're talking about online, no. Epic Collection where it's at. Crimson Empire Epic Collection's coming. I know, but I already have the first 2 trades for the series. So it's like, why buy the Epic Collection? I'd rather just have the 3rd trade. And I prefer the trades anyway. I think some people like Darksaber just. Yeah, that's probably why. I don't know. I thought Darksaber was great. Even with the Callisto stuff, it's really good. Everything with Pelion and Dot. I mean, people don't understand how important this book is in a narrative sense. Because after this book, the Empire actually does not show up that much in the rest of the Bantam era. Not much at all. You know why? Because Dala and Pelion in this book, they kill most of the Imperial warlords. So it's just Pelion after that. Now Dala ends up going on her own, kind of an exile, but it's just Pelion and the small remnant he had that he lost after he attacked Yavin. So it's like, no, this book is important. It's so important. It's incredibly important. People don't understand how important that is. Pelion and Dala, mainly Dala, they kill all these warlords thinking, oh, we'll have supreme control, but they realized they just limited how many shots the Empire could have at fighting the rebels, and once they lost their only shot, Shoot, the Empire ain't nothing anymore after that. So people don't remember how important that book is. Because well, you can't really see it, but from Return of the Jedi, which is right here, all the way to Darksaber, it's just nothing but warlords. But after this, you look at Planet of Twilight, all the way to Survivor's Quest, which is down here. You can't really see it, but it's down there. You don't see much Empire at all. You see the Yuvitha in Black Fleet Crisis. You see Thrak and Sal Solo in Corellian Trilogy. You see Queller in New Rebellion, and he does have some Imperial allies in that book. Crystal Star, that's not the Empire. That's an Imperial cult based off the Empire. It's not the Empire, though. It has no connection to Pelion. Sarvat is Vatamar. Again, not much Empire in that. The next time we'll see the Empire is, at least Pelion's Empire, which is the true successor, is in this duology, Hand of Thrawn, right? And guess what? The war ends in these books. So, Darksaber's huge. People forget how big that is for the whole narrative. Get these books back. And then, I mean, in these books, Young Jedi Knights, you don't see the Empire. You don't. You see the Second Imperium in these books. Second Imperium, again, and it's an Imperial sect that has no connection to Pelion's Empire, which is really just the remnants of Palpatine's Empire. So, I think that's very interesting. So yeah, and it all happens because of this book. This book is huge in the grand scheme of things. So, also NJO fans, or like me, Crimson Empire is awesome. Or in Crimson Empire 2, there's a really cool character in there. This guy right here. I wonder who that is. I wonder who. I believe, I don't remember where this actually goes chronologically with the Bantam books. See, I know Crimson Empire 1, which is here. I know it goes. It's right here, I believe, which is right after Dark Empire. Or, yeah, after Dark Empire, which is after the Thrawn trilogy. I think this Crimson Empire 2, I think there should be a year in here. I'm hoping. I think this is 5 years after. Killed by. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Somewhere in here, somewhere after Darksaber, somewhere in this, right here, somewhere like that. When I learned about the NGO connection to Crimson Empire 2, I thought that was so cool. Yeah, it's interesting because Crimson Empire 2, I don't remember when it came out. I know Crimson Empire was 98. Crimson Empire 2, 99. Guess what else came out in 99? A certain book. My favorite book. Bam. So it's kind of interesting how that worked. And Randy Stradley worked on Crimson Empire, and guess what? He worked on this series as well. So, a little bit. Of course, he didn't work on it a whole bunch, but there's a particular death in Vector Prime that it was his idea. About to get the book back on our show. So, pretty interesting how that works. Oh, but the EU was an inconsistent mess. There was no plan. Okay. Shows how much you've actually read, which isn't much at all. Also, these flippin' aliens right here, you can't really see it, but look like they'll give you nightmares. They look like Plagueis on crack. That or Givens. If you remember what a Given is, here I'll throw up an image. Throw a picture. Given Star Wars. Ugh, these things used to scare me too. But Givens. I mean, look at that. It looks like a crack version. Givens are creepy to me. Have you read Outbound Flight? I have not. I have the book. I haven't read it. Though I know pretty much most of the plot because I've read Survivor's Quest. Is that Mara Jade? It is not. That is Mirith Sin, who is basically Kirkanos'. Well, I don't know. In Crimson Empire 1, you could tell Mirith Sin was interested in Kirkanos, but after the end of Crimson Empire, Mirith Sin does not like Kirkanos, and you'll actually see why if you read it. Read it, it's good. Read it, I think you mean. It's good. Yeah, I will sometime. Sometime. I have the book, though. It's right here. Bam, I have it. Just haven't read it. It's like most of my books, I haven't read. I have them, just haven't read them. But, I mean, look at that. Look at Thrawn. Freaking awesome, man. I love this artwork. I don't know who did it, though. Let's see who did the art. Illustrations by A.G. Kimball. Or A.J. A.J. Kimball, not A.G. A.J. Kimball. And then there's these awesome schematics here of Outbound Flight itself. 6 dreadnoughts arranged are on a central core. I think I buy more books faster than I actually. Yeah, me too. Read Survivor's Quest before Outbound Flight, or else you'll be spoiled. That's how it was intended because Survivor's Quest came out first, so you don't have. I mean, like I said, I've read Survivor's Quest, but I don't feel like you'll be spoiled. I feel like Survivor's Quest will just feel like a continuation of what's going on. I don't know. Yeah, I made the mistake of reading Outbound Flight first. I don't even remember the spoiler. I feel like it was a death, wasn't it? Of Actually, we're talking about spoilers. I shouldn't say it. I don't remember. I guess once I read Outbound Flight, I'll remember what that spoiler. Because again, I've read it. I've read Survivor's Quest, and it was really good. I thought it was a really good book. I mean, shoot, it's Luke and Mara as the main characters. They're on the cover. It's like, come on now. 1-800, come on now. What else can I show off in the collection? It's not really showing off, but I do want to talk about it. This book, first of all, it's short. It looks really short. It's only like, it's less than 300 pages, which I classify that as short. But the cover is like, it's not like a paper. It feels weird. It's like there's a finish to it. It's kind of cool though. You don't find that. You don't see that much anymore. You read Avalon Fly, then there's no point in reading Survivor's Quest. I wouldn't say that. I mean, there is a point to it. It does have connections with NJO and Dark Nest. Plus, it's just Luke and Mara adventure. It's an adventure with Luke and Mara. I mean, there is a point in reading it. Do you have any essential guides? I have 2. I need to collect more, but I'm more interested in the material than the stuff explaining the material. But I have these 2. They're heavy. These 2 right here. You can't see my face, but yeah. I have these 2. I've read most of this. This is really good. I love this guide. I just bought this because I saw it at the store. I'm like, yeah, let's get it. Used bookstore, that is. It's a really good quality. There's there's some great EU stuff in here. Luffy Raw's in it for you Lando fans. Loads of connection. YVH droids are in this. If you're an NJO guy, you know who that is, or you don't know what that is. If I can find it. Oh, Basilic. I think that's it. Basilic War droid, the Mandalorian droids that they used. Intel's the Jedi also showed up in KOTOR. KOTOR 2, that is, I should say. That was pretty cool. Calicoid Annihilator droid. So we know where Book of Boba Fett got it from. Just kidding. Book of Boba Fett got it from Attack of the Clones stuff. Unused Attack of the Clones art. Which is where the EU got it. Dark Troopers. Horse Shelter droids from the movies. The Great Heap. I believe this is from Droids, the cartoon. But this was it was retconned that it went to war with the Vong. Same with Vuki Raw's droid species, droid model, whatever. HK droids, assassin droids. So all kinds of stuff in here. Human replica droid, that's a Shadows of the Empire thing. IG droids. Juggernaut War droid, that looks cool. Mandalorian Battle Longineer. It would be kind of cool to read these guides and then actually read the books and be like, oh, that's where that droid came from. Zim's War Robot. Look at that. Oh, here's the YVH droid, as I mentioned, with an awesome picture of it. That's probably the best part of this book is the YVH droid. Or Yuzon Von Hunter. Now, if you're like, why does it look like that? Well, Lando is a genius. He's like, they hate droids, so let's make a droid that looks like them. That'll piss them off. The ultimate troll. Lando is... Well, it was Lando and Tinja, his wife. More EU droids. Well, at least EU droids I recognize. Cook droid, no, I don't care. Homing droid. But it's like if you've ever seen droids from like the movies, you're like, what does that droid do? It's like a side droid. This book will answer it. Pit Droid. Yeah, we love Pit Droids. Gonk Droids. It also has cyborgs in here too, so that'll really make Grievous mad that they put him in a book about droids. Cyborgs are in it though. Well, I guess androids would be the more appropriate name. Well, no, cyborgs. Like the Bomir monks are in it. I don't like to call them droids. That's kind of weird. Dark Side Techno Beasts. Oh, General Grievous. Iron Knight. I made a post about that on Instagram a few months ago. And that's it. Vader's not in it, which is weird, but because he is a cyborg technically. So that's all the guides I got. The completionist in me disagrees. Where we're coming from. I only have two as well, Jedi versus and Essential Atlas. I want to get the Essential Atlas. See, but sometimes the guides are a little bit more expensive, so I just want the material. I read all the first generation Essential guides from cover to cover. That is great. That is dedication. See, because I would never read the Essential guides from cover to cover because they're just guides. They're just, they're just organizing different pieces of the lore into single books from the books and comics. But now that's not necessarily true. Like in the Essential Guide to Warfare, there's like a lot of extra stuff in that are not in the books and comics. But I don't know. I just don't think I don't think I'll do that. I'll just reference them. They're reference guides. Not so much the later ones. Some are kind of disappointing because they rehash the same material. Yeah. They also kind of cover so much material because there were so many books and comics by that point. The new guides have original material, like the Essential Guide to Warfare and those kind of guides. Like this book, there's not really original material in here. But see, there's also something, and I think I'll make a video about this. We all know about Denning, right, and all the controversy surrounding him. There's a excerpt from here that I want to read if I can find it. It's about Vergeer. Wait. I can find her. There's a... Oh, here it is. So it's on page... if I could... Page 42, 43. Page 45 in this. It says... this is kind of like an in-universe response to the Denning controversy. I'm going to read it to you. And this is written by Tyone. This is from Tyone's perspective. It says, is it possible that Vergeer deliberately encouraged the use on Vong War or use it as a vehicle for the singular purpose of grooming a new Sith Lord? While some Jedi scholars have dismissed this theory, there are precedents for Sith conspiracy that were years in the making, leading to interstellar war and new Sith regimes. All that is certain is that Jacen Solo was heavily influenced and transformed by the being who called herself Vergeer, and it is in part because of her that he is the Jedi he is today. So, basically, I've always believed that after reading that, that's Lucasfilm's response to this whole controversy. Like, yeah, he may have been, Vergeer may have been a Sith, and that may have been her goal, but it's not confirmed officially in universe. Now, Denning has said, yeah, that's what I intended, but I don't really care. All I care about is what's actually canonically in the material. And this is canon. Remember, this is a canon book. So it's like, this is a in-universe view as to who Vergeer was and her motives. No one really knows. That's the point. We don't know. But what we do know is that Vergeer did transform Jacen. If you read even the Unifying Force, right, or books after Traitor, you can see that yeah, he was transformed by Vergeer and her teachings. So not rather that leads him to the dark side. Who knows? But yeah, so that's kind of always that's how I view this. That's how I view that excerpt. So, and even a paragraph before that, it says perhaps the most perplexing aspect of the war is Vergir, who willingly spent 50 years among the Vong, and who remains something of a mystery. Although records indicate that a Jedi named Vergir was sent to Zonoma Sakat and 30 BBY, some Jedi scholars have speculated whether Vergir may have been a Dark Jedi or a failed Sith apprentice Palpatine. So it's speculation, but it's not confirmed. So that's why I've always said, like, the idea of her having Sith relations or Sith connections, it just makes her a better character, because it makes her more mysterious. Like, you don't know where she's actually aligned. So, and I've always loved that about her. I mean, we can see that in Jo, and she's always like, assume everything I say are lies, or there's no truth in me, or things like that. I think this really just adds weight to that. So, and I will be probably making a video about that soon. I think that's probably my favorite part of that book, is that little that excerpt. And I think it should really, like, if you're a Dinning hater and you're like, well, I don't like how they did that, read that book. It'll make you feel a lot better, I think. Dan Wallace did a great job filling in some gaps. Yeah, he did. From what I've read of his stuff, I think he did Essential Guide to Warfare, or Essential Guide, the new Essential Guide to Droids. Yeah, he did. Text by Dan Wallace. So, but yeah, hope you guys kind of could see why I said that about Vergir. Hope that made sense. Now I've got all these books out because I got to show them off, right? Let's put them back. A lot of this is comics. So. Make that video. I'll send it to Noah, see what he thinks of it too. He's probably going to want to debate, but I'm not going to debate him. I'm going to... when I make that video, it'll be after I read Legacy of the Force. That way I can, or at least the books that, talk about Vergir and whatever. Which I know is like the first book. Which I don't know when that will be. LOL. I feel like fans on the forums kind of threw out ideas on Vergir, and some of them finally became official through things like this. Yeah. It's in universe, it's debated if she was a Sith or not, and I think that's so freaking cool when they bring like these real world debates, like what the fans have, make them a part of the actual universe. I think it makes the universe so much more rich and deep. Like, even the people in the Star Wars universe are like, is she a Sith or not? So I think that's really cool. See if I make it. Made it. Dan Wallace pays. Well, he didn't write Essential Guide to the Force. Ryder Wenham did. So I can't really give credit to him. But you can give credit to Ryder Wenham. Thank you, Ryder. But yeah, definitely in his other books as well. Yeah, he did do that as well. But he didn't do it with Essential Guide to the Force. He didn't write Essential Guide to the Force. Ryder Wenham did. Which is weird. I wonder what his Essential Guide to the Force would look like if he did that. Plus, the art in this book is just freaking awesome. Cornhorn. A charade hat. There's also like a bunch of artwork in here of I gotta find it. I like the duel between Anakin and Ventress from 2003 Clone Wars. There's some art of that in here. I gotta find it though. Oh my Lord Almighty. Okay, well I can't find it. Maybe it wasn't even in this book, who knows. Writer too, but Dan oversaw these God projects. He probably has editing credit. Maybe, we'll see. Let's see here. Maybe it's in the back. Hell, damn it. That's what I hate about old stuff. They like to not stay put. Yeah, I can't find it. But it's probably in there. Anyway, I'm probably gonna go ahead and go. Food is probably here already. I need to go eat. So y'all have a great night. Thanks for coming. I know I did stream a little earlier today. Well, actually, a lot earlier, like 7 hours earlier. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I love doing these streams. You guys know that. I get used to read. I got food to eat. So y'all have a good night.